Prince Harry and Meghan Markle took Colombia by storm today, but body language expert Judy James says there was one moment when the Duke's happy demeanor slipped. Prince Harry and Meghan have had an action-packed first day of their tour, visiting schoolchildren and taking in a colorful performance. The couple started the day with a breakfast meeting with Vice President Francia Marquez and her husband, Rafael Yerni Panillo, where they enjoyed coffee, tea, and traditional pan de bono, Colombian cheese bread, before exchanging welcome gifts. Meghan, who was wearing a navy-colored Veronica Beard summer suit, and Harry, dressed in a suit, then headed to a children's school, the Colegio Cultura Popular, in Bogotá, where they were given a tour and informational session by the institution's head, Leonel Umaña Parra, and by José David, a student at the school. The Sussexes later smiled and tapped their toes to the music as they watched a music and dance group outside Delia Zapata National Center for the Arts. Meghan sat in between her husband and the Ms. Marquez and wore a vibrant pink patterned dress by Colombian designer Johanna Ortiz with a leg slit and let her curled hair rest on her shoulders. Harry and Meghan were then seen chatting as they applauded their performers along with the rest of the assembled guests there before they posed for pictures with them. And it was during the show that body language expert Judy James believes Harry revealed the true depths of his discomfort. She told the Mirror, despite his lifelong induction into royal behavior, it was Meghan who managed to sustain a perfect royal smile at this performance while Harry's expressions and body language fluctuated. At times he was actively laughing and chatting using animated gesticulation, but there were also flash moments like this when his smile dropped and his facial expression looked almost dour in comparison to his wife's. When he sat watching, there was a lot of pulling and fiddling with his clothes and some foot shuffling to suggest awkwardness or anxiety, while Meghan beside him adopted an elegant pose that didn't waver. Earlier in the day, Meghan stunned in a £598 Orlinda vest by designer Veronica Beard. But as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex emerged to greet well-wishers, Judy believes they were both channeling very different feelings. She said, Meghan's "Hey, I am here" pose, facial expression and styling put her in full, confident A-lister mode here. Her eye expression registers a level of excitement, with her symmetric smile looking like a nod to a more regal approach, and her way of holding herself is celebrity-infused, special and far from casual, relatable and down-to-earth. She looks totally in her element, almost as though this is a moment she has been waiting for all her life. Her shoulders are splayed and her elbows tucked into her torso as she carries her large designer bag in one hand and allows her royal husband to tow her along with the other. But when it comes to Harry, Judy says his expression was more one of hesitance, hinting at complicated feelings surrounding the trip. Harry walks ahead in less of a performative mode, she continued. He forms a polite smile, but his expression is a little more tempered and complex. His eye expression looks almost wary, which could be natural given that he is a royal without the kind of protocols and even safety nets the firm will have when they are on proper royal tours. Indeed, Harry has been vocal over his concerns about security for his family and refuses to travel to the UK after his taxpayer protection was stripped following his departure to the US. Security was tight today outside children's school, the Colegio Cultura Popular, in Bogotá, where they received a tour and informational session by the institution's head, Leonel Umaña Parra, and by José David, a student at the school. Heavily armed soldiers could be seen lining the perimeter, while armed police, officers on motorbikes and suited security guards were also present. Meghan and Harry were invited to Colombia by VP Marquez, and have a jam-packed schedule that includes meeting leaders and discussing concerns with cyberbullying. Harry and Meghan will remain in Bogotá on Friday so they can spend time with students to talk about emotional well-being in education. They will attend a luncheon hosted by Vice President Marquez, before meeting with Colombia's Invictus Games competitors. Colombia became the first South American country to join Prince Harry's sports event for wounded, injured and sick service personnel and veterans, when they competed at the Düsseldorf Invictus Games in September 2023. The visit marks Prince Harry and Meghan's first joint trip to Colombia, and during their stay they will also visit the cities of Cartagena and Cali. Prince Harry and Meghan's trip comes ahead of the First World Ministerial Conference on the Elimination of Violence Against Children, which is taking place in Colombia in November. The couple's Archwell Foundation has a focus in promoting safer digital environments. Marquez said, "The conference will present a global framework for creating safer physical and virtual spaces, addressing issues such as cyberbullying, online exploitation and the impact of these threats on mental health." It will offer practical solutions and commitments for countries around the world. During their visit, the Duke and Duchess, as well as the Archwell Foundation, will take part in a number of activities related to this important topic.